It's all rosy here. Smiles, left, right and centre. And you know what makes it even better? I'm here filming this video, one of my favourites to film. So like the video, comment down below your last word for the game you were at this weekend, and without further ado, let's go. The last word! Before the game, I felt so confident. Nothing else but 3 points for the Pars was in my mind, and when Greg Kilty put us 2-0 up, I was even more convinced that it was going to be such an easy one for us, just another 3 points in the bag at East End Park. Then Morton scored, and I have to say folks, the 20 minutes after that were the most torturous, stressful and every other emotion in between to watch as a Dunfermline fan. I was horrendously feared that Morton were actually going to snatch an equaliser and we were going to throw away 3 points. However, up stepped Kevin Nisbet. Who else? He's 18th of the season, and what a man he is. For the short time that we'll have him, because I do think it will be a short time that we'll have him, I'll be treasuring every single moment of it. And there really is only a few words to describe this game. Last word, that man Kev. A word from Morton fan Chris.
9 games in the league away from home and 9 defeats. Conceding a lot of goals, not good enough Morton. We are pathetic in defence. Yesterday's game at Hibernian, they didn't deserve nothing in the game, absolutely pathetic. Miller should have been subbed off at half time. To be fair, he should have been started. Moorhead was absolutely woeful. I don't think he deserved another chance. He was good on Tuesday, but I was below Rangers.
So Chris, after all of that, you seem very aggrieved with the situation that the Ton find themselves in. What is your last word for this weekend?
Shambles. Absolutely shambles.
Fair point. Edinburgh City have suddenly opened up a bit of a title race in Scotland's 4th tier. Blair Henderson's back scoring the goals that he did so elusively last season, and it's now just a 2-point gap at the top of Scottish League 2. On last week's episode of The Last Word, I said this after Edinburgh City had been defeated 2-1 by Queen's Park. For Edinburgh City, it has to be said, last word, missed opportunity. Well, this week, last word, opportunity taken. Now, if I was 1, any good at predicting games of football, and 2, an avid gambler, I would have put my money on Hamilton in this one. Why? Well, St Mirren, obviously, very poor away record so far this season. Before this game, had lost 8 of their 8 away games in the league so far this season. And Hamilton, well, they'd just gotten off the back of almost drawing it away at Celtic Park, so I think I was right to possibly back Hamilton if I was going to back any team in this game. However, this is football, and common sense matters nout. St Mirren pick up the 3 points in a vital 6-pointer down the bottom end of the Premiership. Points that will be much welcome to Jim Goodwin, especially away from home. Last word, this was the day that they won away. This weekend's win for Hibernian over Aberdeen was their biggest against the Dons since 1957. And after last week's disappointment in Dingwall, I think you'll struggle to find a Hibs fan who is downright disgusted with that performance yesterday. In fact, scratch that. There's bound to still be a few moans and groans. It's been a very positive start for Jack Ross as Hibs manager. In no means has it been perfect, but it's certainly not been a disgrace either. Being 10 points ahead of your noisy neighbours over in Gorgie must be pleasing enough though, surely. In terms of this win over Aberdeen, however, last word, emphatic.
Hey there guys, it's Livyboy2603 here.
Dear Livyboy2603, Dylan, you need to start having some faith in your Livingston boys. I have you on the Snapchat and I see your stories all the time after every Livingston game saying things like, relegation is incoming, hello Championship. Well, I think, as I said, you just need to start having a wee bit more faith, because there is certainly a few teams in the Premiership who are worse than Livingston, and you've got to remember the word team. Livingston are a team, and the teams that currently sit below them aren't performing like a team. So, in my opinion, Livingston are staying up this season. So, to Livy Boy and any other Livingston fan who is also thinking the same as our man Dylan, last word, start believing. It may not have been the runaway scoreline that the fans at Tannadice would have wanted, but Dundee United certainly did the business. Albeit, Alan Troughton did step in with his usual goal on the big stage. He likes to score at East End Park, big stage number 1, and he likes to get a goal at Tannadice as well, big stage number 2. And yes, I did just say East End Park is a bigger stage than Tannadice. The comeback was needed, so step up your man. No, Nicky! And Louis a pair, and Dundee United were back on track in this game. The result sent Dundee United even further clear at the top of the Championship, and it sent Alloa down to the bottom. One set of happy fans going back to their homes in Dundee, and another sent packing back to Clipmannanshire with a very sad look on their face, I imagine. Last word, contrast. Partick have managed to win. After that dreadful performance last weekend, they've managed to pull a win out the bag this time round, and it was at the expense of Queen of the South, who did indeed go 1-0 up through Conor Murray, but failed to hold on to it. And Partick Thistle came from behind in the second half, with Joe Cardo getting more than just the 3 minutes on the pitch. He got himself a goal as well this weekend, and Rhys Cole scoring yet another goal this season. After he's won last week against Dunfermline, he's wrapped it up with a winner this time against Queen of the South. And that Rhys Cole winning goal pulls Partick up into 9th in the Championship and out of the mire for now. Last word, character. Before the game, it was second versus first, a feisty encounter before a ball was even kicked. Then it delivered 3 red cards, a 93rd minute winning goal, and Wraith Rovers going top of the league. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, is what football is all about. Comment down below if you got that WWE reference just there. The month of December is going to be absolutely vital in League 1, but we've already covered that. But what a way to start it off this weekend. Last word, corker. This one, not so much. 4th versus 3rd going into it, and it pretty much showed us up the square root of absolutely nothing. It means that both teams now fall even further behind top of the league Wraith Rovers after their 3 points against the Airdrieonians, and of course every team's playing each other this month, so one team could really start pulling away for the rest. As I said, this one was just a bit of a damp squib, so last word, bit boring. They've done it lads. Brechin City Football Club have won a game of football on a Saturday afternoon. I was certain that they were gone. Finito. Done. Just put that final nail in the coffin, lads. These lot are dead. However, that is perhaps not the case. Full-time score, Stirling Albion 2, Brechin City 4. And even the goalkeeper got on the score sheet in this one. Mental. Hats off to Brechin. Love you, boys. Last word, hallelujah. And that's it for this week's video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, comment down below your last word for the game you were at this weekend, and subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, I will see you then. Cheers, guys.